I bid you safe passage home, Lord Wolford.
Many thanks for the send-off. Pray relay my gratitude to the Archduke as well.
I shall. And do take care of our friend Rudolph here, who I trust will not be causing you any trouble.
Treating me like a naughty child right to the end. Anyhow, you take care of yourself, Sicrus.
And with that, I must be off. Till we meet again.
We should be on our way as well.
No one's left anything behind.
Not I. I even purchased a souvenir or two to bring home.
That's all well and good. But once we reach home, it'll be wedding preparations for you.
Indeed. The ceremony fast approaches. Truth be told, I'm more than a little nervous.
Oh dear, is that so? And how are you feeling, Lord Serenoa?
Bit nervous too, of course. But that is easily outweighed by my excitement.
As well it should be. It shall be a celebration for the ages. Isn't that right, Benedict?
Yes, of course.
What troubles you, Benedict? You sound distracted.
Nothing about the ceremony, I assure you. This journey has simply proven a sobering reminder that salt remains a complex issue in our realm.
And yet despite it, we make strides toward peace. The Binding Accord is proof enough of that.
Roland is right. We can only do what we can to ease tensions and resolve matters peacefully.
A duty which requires constant vigilance.
His diplomatic visit as Lord of the House complete, Serenoa returns to the Wolfort domain. Safely within Glenbrook, Roland and Huette retire to Whiteholm in the Crown City. Alas, there is no time for rest in House Wolford, as Serenoa soon finds himself swept up in preparations for his wedding to Frederica. Dragan, meanwhile, presides over the blasting of a new tunnel at the Grand Norzelian mines.
That should be the end of that bothersome bedrock. Investigate it at once.
What in the name of iron?
What is it? Do we require more explosives?
No, Lord Dragan. You best come see for yourself.
What the? It couldn't be.
That settles the wedding program, then. We still must decide upon the wedding dress, however.
Not we, Benedict. Surely the lady herself must decide. What do you desire, Frederica?
Well...
Hadn't you mentioned wanting to dress in the Rosellan custom for the ceremony?
Then you'd best ask the Roselle about that. There's a Rosellan village here in the domain. I'm sure they'd make you a dress, if you asked.
But what of the other nations in attendance? Surely Hyzant would not look kindly upon it. Lord Simon, is it true that you assisted the Roselle who fled Hyzant during the war, and that you then granted them asylum here?
Aye, that is how the Roselle came to live within our domain.
It was a source of great tension, but in the end, Lord Simon's perseverance prevailed, and a group of Roselle found new homes here. To this day, the Holy State demands they be returned to Hyzant, citing their goddess's teachings as justification.
The roots of the conflict run deep. Nevertheless, it is our duty to protect those who we have sworn to take under our wing. Should you choose to dress in the Rosellan custom, we shall stand behind you every step of the way.
Is that so? Then... I see not how I could refuse such a kindness.
I shall accompany you to the village. To tell the truth, I have never been there myself. It would be a good opportunity to get to know them, to strengthen our bonds.
As is your duty, my son.
Rosellan custom it is, then. Let us depart at once to make the request.
Aye, all of us! Ooh, I can't wait to see what they come up with.
For the honor of House Wolfort.
I'm on it.
Ready and
I live to serve. I will end this.
my turn. I will go through if I must. Ready.
I'll send you flying! Come at me! Show me what you're made of!
No! Shall we begin? Let me show you what I've learned. With the powers in me. What? I can still move. It's over.
Charge! Huh! I shirk from no danger.
Cool heads shall prevail. Your wounds are healed. Much obliged. One step closer to our hope.
Let's go then.
Aim and fire!
Ha! That tickled.
You're done!
Ho-ho! I fight for peace. Flames, heed my call!
Time to work.
Now! Leave it to me! Charge!
heads shall prevail. Be at ease.
Thank you. Let's go then. Gotcha.
Greetings and welcome, Lord Serenoa and Lady Frederica. My name is Jerome. I bid you welcome on behalf of the Roselle. And congratulations on your engagement, as well as assuming lordship of your house.
You have my gratitude. We hope you will continue to lend your support to House Wolford.
You have my word. I owe your Lord Father a great debt. Though, even were that not the case, you are engaged to one of our own in Lady Frederica. Few things could bring us more joy. We shall make the finest dress you have ever seen.
On that subject, I have one humble request. I would like to incorporate this pendant into the design.
The pendant you're never without.
'Tis one of a kind, left to me by my late mother. She was one of the Rosellan refugees who fled Hyzant during the war and found her way to Esfrost. In a twist of fate, she fell in love with the former Archduke, and thus was I born. In secret, of course. After I was born, she was sent back to Hyzant, where she met her end.
I see why it never leaves you. Pray fashion the dress in this pendant's image.
It shall be done, my lord. Let us delay no further. Lady Frederica, please step inside, that we may take your measurements.
Thank you kindly.
The measurements may take some time, Lord Serenoa. Perhaps you'd care to take a stroll and see the village while you wait.
I'd very much like that. Thank you.
Do you understand just how dangerous it is for a young prince to go gallivanting off on a whim?
Punish me if you will. But if I hadn't gone gallivanting, I never would have learned the state of things outside our own kingdom.
Oh? Well, if you are so interested in international affairs, then I have a fitting role for you to play. You will oversee the Grand Norzellian mines.
Father, it would be a privilege.
I fear that punishment would provoke no reflection, and so I would rather put your energies to work for the kingdom.
I shan't let you down, Father.
I am not blind to your feelings, my son. I understand that my methods vex you. Nevertheless, I ask that you stay out of harm's way, and give me no reason to worry.
Of course.
Mining is grueling, thankless work. Show the miners the appreciation they deserve.
I shall. You have my word.
The necessary provisions have been arranged, Your Highness. You are to deliver them to Dragan.
Father, may I bring Lord Wolfort? It is his job to oversee the operation after all. And his closeness with Dragan may engender goodwill.
I know you trust him a great deal, Roland. But I would remind you that his betrothal now binds him to Esfrost. You would do well to be wary of any move he or his house might make.
So you share Franny's views on the matter. Nevertheless, Serenoa is a friend I could never hope to replace. A friend I trust no matter your opinion of him.
Concerning words, Your Highness, House Wolfort must be subject to the same scrutiny as any other.
Roland.
Bring these tidings to Gustadolf at once. Is that everyone? Good. I have important news for all of you. What you see before you is to be seized by the Duchy of Esfrost. You shall not speak of this beyond those in present company. Any who do will be punished to the fullest extent of the law.
But, Lord Dragan, are not the resources we mine destined to be shared among nations?
This matter is not up for debate. A discovery of this magnitude could reshape all of Norzellia. And so I ask this of you. Stand with me, as I lead this great realm into a new era.
You risk much giving us these orders. I shall do exactly as you say.
I thank you. I have already sent the Archduke a letter informing him of our find. When I am appointed Prime Minister, I promise to reward you all handsomely for delivering me such a boon.
You are to be Prime Minister?
Or Ambassador to Glenbrook, perhaps. Time will tell. Either way, with this I shall make my mark. And do what neither Father nor Gustadolf ever could.
What news from Dragan, dear brother?
I never dreamt our hypothesis would prove true.
So you take him at his word?
I have no choice. The spy I sent to shadow him corroborates his report.
And? What are his demands?
He wishes to be named Prime Minister in exchange for secreting it away to Esfrost. Negotiations with Glenbrook are in the offing, should I refuse.
So he means to threaten you?
He is stronger than I believed him to be. Certainly what he has uncovered is worth the price he asks. What would you do, were you me?
Keep the secret safe, naturally. Did you not send a spy for this very reason? Surely expected this would happen.
I did, and they have been issued emergency orders.
Then leave the rest to me. I shall depart at once.
How fortunate I am to have a brother who knows me so well. Ah, Dragan, you were rude the day you dared place Glenbrook beside me on the scales of your feeble judgment. I hand down the orders. Yield or be crushed beneath my heel.
The dress measurements are finished at last. I applaud your patience.
Is it exactly as you hoped?
It is indeed. I can hardly wait to see it finished.
I am glad to hear it.
There you are.
Prince Roland. And Huette besides. What brings you here?
We were looking for you.
We inquired around Castle Wolfort and heard you all had come here.
Has something happened?
Father has asked me to keep watch over the mines. Won't you join me?
You scarcely need ask, of course.
A wise course of action, seeing as you will be overseeing the mining operations.
And we can present Dragan with the gifts we procured abroad.
A fine opportunity to get to know the man better. He is quite talented, is he not?
He is a man with grand visions for the future, that much is certain. I shall tell you more of him along the way.
Then let us waste not one moment more. To the mines!
I'll have the dress ready in time for the ceremony, my lord.
You have my thanks, Jerome.
Serenoa and Frederica journey to the Rosellan village so she may be fitted for her wedding gown. The young lord gains an unexpected moment of quietude while he waits. However, Roland soon arrives with orders from King Regna to inspect the grand Norzellian mines, where Dragan has made great progress.
I won't let you down.
Understood.
I will end this.
battle is ours.
I see a path to victory. All for victory.
You have my thanks.
We doing this?
Aim and fire! You won't beat me! Show me what you're made of.
Shall we begin? A wasted effort. My turn. Yeah. Sound strike. Victory is within reach.
Here I come.
This ends now! I shall do what I can. Be at ease. Much obliged.
I shall try my level best. Tomorrow is a new day.
Let's go then.
Gotcha. I'll take you on!
My turn. Ha! Sound strike. Allow me. Sound strike.
Here I come.
There is no mercy on the battlefield. You have nothing, just as I planned.
This is good. Shall we begin? Be at ease.
Ready.
Yeah! I'll take you on! Hurrah!
Your orders? It's over. It's for life.
How will Gustadolf respond to my offer? I should think there's but one logical answer. Should he refuse for some reason, I will need Father's aid. I must apprise him of the situation.
Lord Dragan, Prince Roland is here from the Crown City.
What's this? Prince Roland and my friends of House Wolfort. To what do I owe the honor?
Apologies for the sudden nature of our visit, Dragan. I have come on Father's orders to offer our sincere gratitude, as well as to observe the mining operation.
Splendid! The miners will no doubt be heartened by your Highness's presence.
Does the mining continue apace?
Indeed it does. There are no problems to report. And what of your trip abroad, Lord Serenoa?
It was most enlightening indeed. We even brought something for you. I do hope it's to your liking.
Authentic as frosty cheese. One of my favorites.
We thought you might be in need of a taste of your homeland after so much time away.
I have visions of this cheese in my sleep. You have no idea how happy this makes me.
It is enough to see you happy.
I am glad our deliberations were not in vain.
Dragan, I believe it was you who said the future is in the hands of the ardent youth. We are of like mind. Let us shape the future together.
Indeed. That future is close at hand. I suspect we will reach across the border and ask for your cooperation in due course.
And I shall gladly assent.
Yes, we eagerly await your offer. Now then, I was thinking I might examine the quarry.
Wait, Your Highness! One of the tunnels caved in but a few days ago. I would advise against entering just now.
Did you not assure us moments ago that the mining continues apace?
The miners are working to repair the damage as we speak. It is simply too soon to allow you inside.
Was it caused by a blast?
It was, in fact. We were perhaps a bit overzealous in attempting to remove some of the bedrock.
I'd no idea your explosives were so powerful. How do you make them anyway?
I would love to tell you, Your Highness, but I'm afraid we must keep some of our secrets. What I can say is that salt is a vital ingredient.
Surely you jest.
I thought you'd be surprised. I could scarcely believe it myself at first. A gargantuan tome in the archives opened my eyes to the many uses for salt, beyond seasoning our daily dishes. And now I pass what I've learned to you, Lord Serenoa, as a token of my gratitude for your visit.
The power of salt.
'Tis a compendium of my research on the uses of salt. I encourage you to peruse it at your leisure.
I most certainly shall. 'Tis a most valuable gift.
Fascinating indeed. I too would like to read it when you are through, my lord.
I look forward to hearing your impressions.
At any rate, I see the sun hangs low. Shall we save a tour of the mine for the morrow?
Yes, perhaps that would be best.
Yes, of course. I shall prepare entertainment and lodgings for your party at once. No word from below, you say? They haven't tried to flee, have they?
No, sir. I've not seen a single soul emerge from the mine.
Very well then. I shall make contact with them myself.
Was that? It came from within. What is the meaning of this? Frosty's soldiers. Why are they at the mines? No. Did he see through my plot?
Clear the mine. Leave no survivors.
So this is how they respond. Those dogs. Protect Lord Dragan!
I will end this.
My turn. I will go through if I must.
If it's a fight you want, don't underestimate me. Very good.
The hunt is on.
For the honor of House Wolfort.
Let us pry out their weakness. This is our chance.
Much appreciated. Let's go then.
I've been waiting for this! Come on! Got something up my sleeve.
Damn it!
Cool heads shall prevail.
Be at ease.
Apologies for the imposition.
Glenbrook is in your hands.
I fight for peace. Two ashes.
Your orders?
This'll hurt. Time to take flight.
Forward!
Ha-ha! If it's a fight you want. Ah!
I'm a fool.
I see a path to victory. That seemed to work.
Ready.
Here! This can't be! Ah! I've been waiting for this!
Shall we begin? Your wounds are healed.
The tides are turning.
Allow me. Please, heed my call!
Time to work. Victory is within reach. Ha! Victory is within reach.
Here I come.
Goodbye! Together.
May fortune favor us.
Forward! This ends here!
Oh!
Curses! What's going on?
Frederica. I'm sorry.
I see a path to victory.
My turn.
They fight something fierce. Gotcha. Not bad at all.
Whence this quarrel among friends? What happened in Esfrost?
No one said nothing about Wolfort showing up.
Ouch!
I've been waiting for this. Come on!
It hurts.
For myself.
Impossible!
Ah!
I will end this.
Here I come.
boogie!
We win.
For the honor of House Wolfort.
I need this. If it's a fight you want, the flames consume you!
These foes are not to be trifled with.
To work.
Here goes.
Yeah.
Allow me. Two ashes.
When did Gustadolf muster up such a force? But I know I am in the right. They will not take me so easily.
Impossible! Come at me! Push on through!
I will end this.
Yeah.
A new power. This battle is ours.
Yeah.
For the honor of House Wolfort.
I need this. If it's a fight you want.
Yeah. My intuition was mistaken.
To work.
I'll send you flying!
Allow me.
Time to work.
Come at me! To victory!
The hunt is on.
Defeat is not an option. Ah!
If it's a fight you want.
Let's go then. Gotcha.
Let me show you what I've learned.
Flames, heed my call!
I will end this.
These are no green soldiers, but trained spies. What foul task have they been sent here to accomplish?
Come at me!
You traitors!
The hunt is on.
Goodbye!
Carefully. I need this.
Time to work. Shadows conceal me.
Let's go then. I'll send you flying!
Allow me.
I cannot die. Not until I make my dreams for the future a reality.
You won't beat me! Enjoy!
Much appreciated. Curses! What's going on?
We mustn't let our guard down.
Take that!
Defeat is not an option. Perish.
fight for peace. With the powers in me.
To work. I'll send you flying!
Come at me!
If it's a fight you want, don't underestimate me! That seemed to do the trick.
It isn't over yet.
Defeat is not an option.
Let me show you what I've learned.
To work.
Curses! I've been waiting for this! Enjoy!
Much appreciated. If it's a fight you want,
We mustn't let our guard down.
From where shall we strike?
Your orders? You won't escape. This'll hurt. Let me show you what I've learned.
Ready. Trying something new.
What is the meaning of this?
Why Zesfrost attacking the mines? Are they gonna melt down their own forges next?
Incomprehensible. The miners have all been slain.
How? How did it come to this? Lord Dragan, you know something of this, do you not?
You've nothing left to hide. Talk.
I underestimated him. I never thought he would go this far.
Dragan! No!
There are survivors.
How dare you! Stay with me, Dragan. Be strong.
Forgive me. Had I but spoken the truth, it would not have come to this. I thought, at last, I could step out of their shadow. That I had the upper hand. Father. Father. Forgive me.
Dragan! No!
What in the world is happening?
We can do naught to set this right, my lord. Let us inform the king at once.
Hail! Is Prince Roland among you? I have a message.
Speak it now.
Whiteholm Castle is under attack, Your Highness. 'Tis the Esfrosti army.
What in the...
Damn it all! What the hell is going on?
Control yourself. At any rate, we must confirm exactly what has happened.
Let us return to the kingdom. Frederica, my heart aches for you, but...
We've no time. I know. I am with you.
Would this did not fall to you, but alas. See to it that Dragan receives a proper burial.
Yes, my lord. Take care. The army has the Crown City surrounded.
Ah, a survivor. Kill him. There you are, fair Dragan. What a pity that your dreams of being Prime Minister shall be nothing more than that. Tell me, does it pain you?
Lord Thalas, a word. The entire regiment of assassins have fallen as well. This bodes ill.
It matters not, so long as the miners have been slaughtered. Saves us the trouble of having to silence them.
But, my lord...
Enough. Dispose of our dead and be done with it. My brother will wish to hear that we did.
Aye, my lord. Shall we bury Lord Dragan as well?
No. Leave him to rot. Or fill the belly of some mangy cur.
That night, Esfrost invades Glenbrook without warning. The attack is all the more shocking, coming on the eve of the two nations' grand new mining venture. The Duchy easily rushes into the Crown City, taking advantage of Glenbrook's unprepared defenses. Caught unawares by the sudden assault, Glenbrook's scattered forces can do nothing to fend off the invaders. Serenoa and his retinue rush from the mines to King Regna's aid, slipping past the siege into Whiteholm Castle via the secret passage, known only to Prince Roland.
Hold strong! Don't let them get to the castle!
Aye, sir.
That armor! The Black Irons! Esfrost! Esfrost is attacking! What? Why does the Duchy march against us? This is a flagrant breach of the treaty. Levy a complaint against Archduke Gustadolf immediately.
I fear we're past the time for formal complaints, Your Highness. We can hold them no longer. We must inform His Majesty at once. Of course. My father and Cordelia must be protected at all costs.
Esfrost invaded the Crown City by night! Preposterous! Gustadolf, what is that bastard scheming?
Lord Simon, I bring word from King Regna. He says, should the crown fall, Glenbrook is in your hands.
Your Majesty. Fetch my armor! I march to the Crown's aid!
Please, my lord, at least wait for Lord Sereno and his retinue to return.
Out of my way! I pledge my loyalty to His Majesty, and it's a vow I intend to...
Your heart, my lord! Summon a healer, quickly!
Damn it! Death cannot take me yet. Serenoa, Benedict,